Welcome in, Capricorn, to your urgent reading for January 2024. This reading is meant to work in conjunction with your January general monthly reading for Capricorn, which will autoplay at the end of this reading in case you haven't seen it yet and get you the most information for your month possible. Now let's get started with your animal totem reading today. That is the extra that they have dialed up for you guys, and in fact, they want 2 animal totems, so it'll be a transitional from one animal into the second animal. So the first animal they gave you, without further ado, is a possum. They gave you a possum, playing possum, and we got you moving out of that, and we got you moving into mole. Little blind guy, little mole here. Okay, so let's talk about what that transition means. First, the animal you're coming out of, the possum. Well, most of all, he's nocturnal, so they could be saying get more stuff done in the daytime. Don't do something at night. Maybe this is a safety concern. You see less things at night. Maybe some of you work out at night, go running, go jogging. Driving at night, you might, hit some kind of pothole that you didn't see there just because the lighting was bad. Okay, so there's a draw to get stuff done in the day during January for Capricorns. Other stuff with possum too, they can be a little ferocious and they can be fierce when they need to be, when the time is right. A little vicious critter sometimes there. And by pulling you away from there, they're saying there is no need to be nasty in the month of January. It is not necessary, especially going into mole, because he's not nasty at all. He might be nasty to look at to some people, but not the way he behaves, okay? So, and he might dig up the yard in a nasty way too, but we're not talking about that today. So what else with possum? Possum is also very much a surface dweller. He's walking along on the top side of earth here. He's walking along the fence line. He's on the tree. He's a bunch of different places, but he's not underground, is he? So let's talk about what that underground is with our mole here. First of all, they bring a big factor to the surface, getting deeper, digging deeper into things, getting more facts, getting more information, getting down into the mole is very active with feeding. They have to feed like pretty much all the time just to survive and to keep going. So in that kind of way, they're also telling you to chop it out and keep it going too. Get to work, get toward your goals, get to the things you're working on, all that kind of stuff there. Dig deeper, like we talked about the possum being the surface animal. The mole is not the surface animal. He's digging in there. He's digging in that dirt, getting those earthworms and everything else that he needs to get to keep feeding. Okay, so in that same way, you need to get below the surface of things. Get to the core truth of matters in January. And then the last major perspective that Capricorn can really benefit in the month of January by using is just trusting and having a little bit of faith in your other senses and also in God, because you're going to be driving a little bit blind here. They're saying, just like the mole, he's trusting his other senses under there too. He's got to rely on what he's got to rely on. We talked about how there's no sunlight that's going to affect his sight. It's not going to help him out when his eyes are the size of like a pin. Tiny little eyes on those guys. So that is our main point here for mole, is you just got to trust the way that things go. Trust the flow of things in January. So it is okay to be driving a little blind this month. So there's your animal totem, guys. I hope you can use that very beneficially in your January. This is an urgent message, so they want to push these facts through. Hope you guys enjoy it. Have an excellent January, Capricorns. I know you will.
So I guess the fortune teller's right.